Why do babies breathe? What stimulates a baby from going to this yummy aquatic environment where it receives its oxygen through its blood to activating its lungs and being able to breathe and receive its oxygen from its environment? What is that? So, the main reason that this happens is because when the baby is going through the birth canal and its lungs are compressed and it's pretty tight, as the contractions happen, often the cord will get compressed as well, which then lowers the baby's oxygen. And we all have these chemoreceptors, which detect the levels of carbon dioxide in your environment. So the compression of the umbilical cord while the baby's in the birth canal stimulates the carotid, the chemoreceptors or it tells them that the carbon dioxide levels are going up and the oxygen levels are going down. And we all have these receptors in our body. And when this happens, our natural reflex response is to take a breath and gasp. But because the baby is squeezed in the birth canal at this time, it can't take that gasp. Babies also have surfactant, which is this like soapy type kind of liquid that's all going through their lungs that stops their lungs from sticking together when they're compressed in the birth canal. So it's designed for it to be okay for them to go through this squeezing process through the birth canal, because this is actually what stimulates them to take this breath after they're born. So as their carbon dioxide levels are going up and their oxygen is going down, their body wants to get more oxygen. So as they come out of the birth canal and their lungs get to expand, they breath and take their first breath from this response. And which is also why babies that are born in water don't breathe in the water, because they're still experiencing the pressure similar to what they were experiencing in the birth canal or in utero. There's still the pressure of the water, so they're not breathing yet when they're underwater. And what's also cool about this is that babies actually expel 60% of the fluid that's in their lungs. It gets pushed out while they're in the birth canal. And a lot of babies, when they're first born, they're breathing really quickly. And this is okay because this is actually the act of the baby getting air in and getting water out, and getting air in and getting water out. Another cool thing to note about this process is as the oxygen levels decrease and the carbon dioxide levels increase during those contractions, because we know this is the process that stimulates the baby to breathe after birth, it can be calming to know this, because often in the medical world we see baby's heart rate can decline a little bit through a contraction, and often we see this as a sign of alarm that we think the baby's in distress, but actually this is the normal physiological response to the birth process, and kind of means that everything is going along smoothly, because that decline is what's going to help baby breathe when they're born. So it's actually a good thing. I hope that provided you some good information.